kind of good, I guess, at its job. Like it's riding thin though. So we are gonna talk about requirement engineering. What does this mean? So it is basically about gathering requirements or whatever you need for the software. So what does it mean is yes. So this is critical first first step stage of SDLC where we talk about meeting user expectations, functionalities, 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 user expectation, functionalities. Wait a second. Focus is gone, I guess. Yes. User expectations, functionalities, and user system functional or non-functional non-functional functional or non-functional uh, yeah, user expectation sorry functional user system functional non-functional specification features specification specification features. Let's see how long this marker lasts. So yeah, specification features to make SRS document. Okay, let's say SRS. You would understand that, right? Come on, you are studying this from so long, bro. Come out to make SRS document after doing feasibility study, feasibility study, uh, information gathering and and analysis. Yo, one person came to the stream, bro. Welcome to the stream, bro. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Come on in the chat section, bro. We can yap and interact, bro. Come on. What's up? Glad to see you, man. For real. Appreciate the visit, bro. So, information gathering and analysis. Okay, he went. Have a nice day. See ya. Thanks for coming. So, yeah, information gathering and analysis. Wait a second. Features to make SRS doing. Document. Oh my god. Thank you for one like, bro. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Documenting characteristics. Characteristics. Whoa, two people came and one left, and one is there. Thanks for staying, man. And thanks for the one like. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, documenting characteristics and describing. Yo, two people in the stream. What's up? Welcome to the stream, bro. Come on, the chat section, man. You need to ask anything, talk about anything, we can yap anything, bro. For real. Come on, the chat section, bro. Yo, 4 people in the stream, bro. That's crazy. So, yeah. Documenting characteristics and describing what target. Wow, this thin tip is giving kind of a better look to the handwriting, I guess. Like my trash handwriting is looking kind of okayish because of this thin tip, I guess. So yeah, describing what target software should do and defining it and maintaining it. Okay, defining it and maintaining this information, or it is called requirement engineering. Okay, requirement engineering. Now, till now, whatever we studied in the SDLC, like how the software development plan goes on, yo, 3 people in the stream, welcome. What's up? Thanks for coming, man. Really appreciate the visit. Come on in the chat section, bro. Come on. You can ask me doubts or you want to talk anything, like how's your day or something. Just come up in the chat section and we can talk about it. So, yeah, in the software development process when we study, we always go through requirement phase always first, right? And it is kind of important, okay? So yeah, we are talking about that. So it is that first stage we are talking about, the requirement stage. So I'm not yapping about like useless stuff, like vague stuff. When you are making a software, to study about the requirements, what are the ideas we have about the software, right? 5 people in the stream, bro. What's up? That's crazy. Yeah, it is called requirement engineering to understand if the high level idea or the overall idea which is said, but in computer language we say it is high level idea, like it is the normie stuff. We are not going into the coding details, okay? Wait a second, the focus is gone, I guess. Wait a second. Yo, why the focus is gone, man? Damn. If a high level idea is sensible and efficient, right? Efficient uh, to identify uh, services. Oh, sorry. Oh no, this is not gonna get erased. Identify services needed to provide and their limitations to produce high quality software. That is always our goal. High quality software. To produce high quality software and avoid mistakes, avoid magnifying bugs in future. Okay, you kind of got it right. Talk about steps in software management. Now, what this software management is? It is the same stuff, but it is the communication and updation of SRS. Okay. So first step is feasibility study. Feasibility study. So thinking logically, not realistically. At the first stage, you don't need to stress about like is it feasible in reality. You don't have to, or else you would just give up at the moment you start. You don't do that. You don't take that much stress. You just have to think like logically, like on the surface level, without taking real life variables into mind. Like if it is sensible to make it, you just have to think that. You don't have to think like if you have the funds, or else you would give up the idea before even trying it. So that's the issue. So what we are gonna do is thinking logically, not realistically, if the idea is affordable or possible. How do you know if it is affordable? Tell me. Idea is affordable or possible, weighing benefits, weighing benefits and costs, right? Like if there is a like if the cost of the your project is high and your benefits are less, then obviously you are in a trouble, because where would you bring money to fund that project, because you are losing more, right? Weighing benefits and costs, uh, thinking logically and not realistically if the idea is affordable or possible, weighing benefits and costs. uh, to avoid meaningless and technologically outdated or simply outdated or outdated projects, right? Or you would be stuck making useless projects, funding things which are not required in this world. Like you would be making, stone age tools when even modern tools are getting rejected and AI is taking place. So that's kind of, that's not a good idea, right? So yeah, we have done feasibility study. Now what comes up? Like you have now so now you have studied if it is use, like if this running through this idea is useful. Now you have to go for requirement gathering. Now you have to like when we are doing an experiment, what do? We collect the apparatus, right? Requirement gathering and elicitation and elicitation. Now what this means? It is the procedure. By the way, I'm writing the self-explanatory notes right now so that you can write it with me, and after that, I would give you the overall explanation. Okay? So I hope so. I can give that. Yeah. So procedure of collecting information. You are becoming Sherlock Holmes. You will collect the information about the case. Ha! Procedure of collecting information from clients, users, and stakeholders. And stakeholders to study and decode them. And decode them. Then what happens? Like you have studied if it is useful to work on it or not. Then you started working on it. You brought the apparatus, like information. Now you have to analyze the information, right? What it is called? Software. SRS document stage it is. Software requirement specification, which is the full form of SRS. Okay, SRS, software requirement specification. Okay, so now what it is? Analysis, reduction, filtering. I'm writing a reduction in short like this. Okay, sorry for that. You understand it. Okay, reduction, filtering, and formalizing the information, formalizing the info to define it into clear and non-ambiguous unambiguous, sorry. Okay, I have to. The problem with this marker is the only one thing, it can't be erased by hand. So that kind of takes off the convenience for me, right? So that's the problem. Clear and unambiguous. Ambiguous. If you are wondering what it means, it is non-confusing. Oh my god, the zoom, the focus is gone, man. Oh my god. Non-confusing. Right. Clear and unambiguous document. Elaborating mechanism or working or whatever of your project. You understand that, right? Now, software validation, bro. Like you have studied if this project is useful or not. You have started working on it. You collected the information. Then you studied the information. You filtered it. Now what you do? You finalize it. Like you think that I should give this project hand in over or not. So like that, software validation is checking for errors, check errors, and check errors and test accuracy to verify and finalize the core idea, right? Now this is done, this stage is done. Now what we do is tools or methods to collect data and explain stakeholders. Ah, wow. Even using this marker, my handwriting is trash. Wow. It's just the skill issue. Ha ha. So, yeah. Now, where we are. So, there are kind of many methods. First one is. Hmm, wait a second. First one is. Second one is questionnaire. Like, remember it serial wise so that you would. When you need it, you can remember it easily because our brain remembers patterns better, remembers and a specific arrangement better, like relations better, right? So that's why. So questionnaire has interviews, surveys, surveys and polls. I would explain these terms better later, okay? What it is. Now there is questionnaire. So first one was observation reports. Observation reports. Observation reports, which is user behavior and feedback data. So like even if you are like watching it, so you can just like without sound you're watching it like while traveling, you would still cover the entire lecture because whatever I would say I am writing it, so it is self-explanatory and you can even like summarize it from anywhere and all that. So that's why I am first writing it, whatever I want to explain I had prepared it. So then after that I would elaborate it with examples because obviously when you are in hurry while traveling you are studying, that means you are in an emergency situation. In that time you don't need examples to understand, you need whatever you want to like write in the arena. So for that these are sufficient. And when while explanation I would give you some examples like when you are in a chill mode, right? So observations, questionnaire. After that you have to write two use things: use case, user story. You can remember it like that. Two user stuff, user stories. Then comes requirement workshop, requirement workshop. Then mind mapping. Then wait a second. Mm, there are 8 stuff, I guess. 8 stuff is prototyping, I feel. Yes, role playing. Role playing. So see, these two are user stuff. These are user and the people, the creator, developers, like communication, and these four are obviously for the developers. How it is, I will tell you. Wait a second. Use case: logically brainstorm your software purpose, like why it should be, why it exists, what problem is it solving, like why is it there. User stories, public reviews and discussions, not about any mukbang video but about your software, like if they are dissing you or something, like they are saying, yeah, this software is trash, bro, don't install it, all that stuff, not to answer back but to improve your project. Requirement workshop, employees present, working, design or something, in the meeting and all that stuff, in the presentation, PPT stuff, mind mapping, visualize, you know data flow using diagrams or software. What do we say? uh, in diagrams to understand easily or something, stand easy, right? And there is role playing, skit or imaginary experimentation to speculate. See, like you have to understand, but you have to use these weird words, like scientific terms, to make your professor, like you know feel blissful that wow, he knows English, these terms, these jargons, oh my god, he's just crazy, he's just dope, he knows what he's doing, bruh. So for that you need this, okay? But you can, but in real life, you would just need the understanding, overall understanding, and that is really short. So I would explain you that later. So skate imaginary experimentation to speculate future flaws or gaps, whatever flaws. Let's say, and prototyping is rough, incomplete, dummy project. So time for the explanation. All right. Wait a second. Wait a second. Where's the lid of my maca? This is just like crazy right now. Wait a second. How to first get marker of my lid of my maca. Then we can talk about this. By the way, I have to also zoom out so that you can take screenshot of notes. Right. Let's go for it. I hope it is visible, but let's see. Maybe I should use flash or something. Maybe I should zoom out more. Most probably. Is I hope now it is complete. Now it was completely visible. So let's go one by one. So, requirement engineering is actually, it was in the software development process or life cycle. It was the first critical or important step, because without it you would be just wasting time on nothing, like on useless, meaningless projects, and your funds would be wasted rather than some better projects which you could have taken if you wouldn't have fooled yourself with your dreams without any without any analysis. So here we talk about meeting user expectations, what the user wants, what he expects from the software. Like, like people expect that, like let's say you are a tailor, they would expect you to make a hoodie in one day, but can you make it? No. But should you make it? Yes. Like, you should be closer to that ideal idea of the customer. Obviously you can't get exactly on it, it is impossible, but most probably, like, not practical, not impossible. It is everything is possible, but yeah, it is not practical, but you have to try to go near it, right? So yeah, and functionalities, what the software should, like what functions should be there, and these are types of features, requirements: user requirement, system requirement, functional requirement, non-functional requirement. So yeah, these features, so that you can end up making a SRS document, like the requirements, like what the app should be, that idea is logged in, this document locks in, so that you can take it back later on. Okay. So doing feasibility study, like is it feasible or not, is it affordable or not, is it beneficial or not, or we can make profit or not. And profit is always like what is the gap between the selling price and cost price, how much it costed you, the selling or the benefit should be more, selling price should be more. Okay, then you can profit, right? Information gathering and analysis, like research and filtering the research, like reducing the noise, reducing the useless information which is just reducing your efficiency and confusing you. So you have to reduce that, and documenting the characteristics, like you have to write the idea, like you have to pinpoint the idea, and describing what the target software should do, like what it is, like it's a description you have to give its specification and all, and defining it and maintaining it. Just, you don't have to define it, you have to keep it safe too, so that no one goes back on their word, neither the customer nor the software developer, like make a trash software or they pull out the funding. Both sides shouldn't do these bad stuff, going back on the word. So yeah, so that is called requirement engineering, like to you know specify what each party needs and their prices, budget, and all that. Okay, to understand if the overall idea or high level idea is sensible, like does it make sense, and it is efficient, like uses up less resources but gives us better product. To identify services, what services or extra services or maintenance is needed that you have to provide later, and their benefits or losses, their issues, errors, so that you can resolve it and produce high quality software and avoid magnifying those bugs later on in stage, in future. So software management is communicating with the customers, stakeholders, and whoever are investing in you, and communicating and updating the SRS document, right? Yeah. So feasibility study, it is thinking logically, like you have to think about it as the idea itself. You don't have to think about how the implementation would be, how your real life variables are, how you are rich or not. You just have to think that this idea is objectively good or not. Okay, like like as in the idea how it is, not how it would be implemented in the real life, because if you do it at the start, you would just give it up. Not even because now you just have to think about it. If the idea is better to work on, later you can think that if you have to, um, if you can afford it or not, then you can think about those problems to solve. You have to break the problem and solve it one by one, or you'd be stressed, because then you can go for investments and all that, right? So realistically, if the idea is affordable means either you can cover the cost or not. Like in software, you just have time and storage, like devices, and man costs, man hours, like logic costs, speed costs, performance. Only these costs are there. You are not bringing any raw material like rod and metals and all that stuff. You are not bringing any tangible stuff. This is all about logic. So these costs are there. How much time it takes, so how much storage it takes up. So that's all. Like future maintenance and all. So yeah, or possible weighing. If it is possible to make, even is the technology even that ahead of the time, or has it gone outdated? You have to see that if it is possible to make. If you are thinking ahead of your time and there is no technology to make your time, so it is only too good to be true about your idea. It can't be applied in the real life, right? So you have to think about the technology that are available now. So if it is not like, then it would be just a fairy tale, imaginary tale, if you are just singing your praises about a project but it is not applicable to real world now, because no one is talking about future. You have to earn it now, so you have to give the product now. Like, there are rare people who would understand the future, and like they have those intuitions, they would invest in you, but that number is rare. We are talking about the general people, like general success of a project, right? So yeah, we have to weigh the benefits and costs, losses and benefits. We have to weigh, measure, and if it is the benefits are more and cost is less, then the gap is more between them. Then we make profit. Then we are going ahead with it. We can fund it, and it would be useful. We would not be at a loss. Like, our money won't be wasted. Like, we would get it back and more. Then we do it because we would earn more. So yeah, that idea is feasible. So we are getting profit. Cha-ching, money, swimming in money. So yeah, to avoid meaningless or outdated projects and not waste time on them. Requirement gathering and elicitation. So now you have decided if you are doing this project or not. Now you would gather the apparatus. And here in computers, apparatus is your brain, is your information. So how to do it, what to do, what problems are there, how to solve it, that's all. So procedure of collecting information. You have to collect information, collect clues, evidence. You are becoming Sherlock Holmes, from the clients and users. You would be thinking, who's client and user? Are these different? Yes, 100%. Because let's say Elon Musk, his car, auto driving Tesla car. Let's say I'm an AI developer. So I'm the developer here. This stuff is for me. This all definitions or whatever we are studying. I'm saying this is the imaginary stuff, okay? I'm not. I'm a beggar. So yeah. No, I'm joking. Whatever. So in this case, let's think I'm the developer. Tesla or Elon Musk is the client. He is a businessman. He has money, but he can't make up the app. Like, he has the business. Acumen. He can run the business, but he doesn't know how to code. So he would give me the work to do the code. I would do the code. Give him. He's my client. Because I don't care if it is business or not. If he's asking me for my code, he's taking my service. He's the client for me. But is he gonna use that? 100% no. He's gonna accumulate some resources, combine them together. Like, he would go to a mechanical engineer and he would make a car design. He would take AI from me, let's say a AI developer or something. And in this imagination story, I am the developer. Okay, so that's why I'm talking like that. Example. Okay, let's suppose. So yeah, so he would accumulate the resource, combine them, and he would then it would be usable. Or solely software is not usable. Okay, software is the brain of the software computers. If there is no body and there is sole brain, it can ideate, it can run in abstract, but there is no tangible output of it. There is no tangible result or product of it. It is useless. So what would happen? So that Elon Musk would combine those and make a Tesla car. He would give it to someone, a customer or the end user. He's not going to sell it further. He's going to use that car. He is the user. And stakeholders who has invested in my company, which is a developer company. Like, we develop for people. For example, okay? Or else, why would I be on YouTube, So yeah. to study and decode them. We study that and decode it. Okay, all the data we collected, to understand it. You know, and then you have collected the data. Now you have to filter and make the data arranged. Make the data meaningful, better. Not like it should make sense. Then it was trash information, like information dumped in a dustbin anyhow. Now you have to arrange it in a well mannered form. So software requirement specification, SRS stage. Analyze, reduce it, filter it, the information, reduce the noise, extra information, useless information, which reduces your efficiency, doesn't make any sense, no meaningless information, remove that, and formalize it. Like make it, sound good, like understandable, make it easy to understand the information, and to define, to make it into structure it well into a clear, like uh, easy to understand and unambiguous, non-confusing, which means it shouldn't have multiple meanings, or else this document is meant to be so that no one goes back on their word. If there are loopholes, if there are double meanings, they are both gonna go back on their words, use those loopholes and change the terms. Then making this document is senseless, doesn't make any sense, it's useless, it's dumb. So that's why you don't want to do that. Unambiguous document, you have to specify everything, so that there is no way they can fool you. Okay, elaborating the mechanism, how it works or something like that. That's what this document is about, right? That so that you follow this pathway, right? Elaborating mechanism, pathway. Let's see. Wait a second. Path. Yeah, now it looks good, I guess. Like, looks more like a definition. I hope so. I don't know. I think so. Who knows? So yeah, software validation, isn't it? So now we have to check bugs, errors, problems, faults, issues, mistakes, bugs, whatever you say that, and test its accuracy, perfection, whatever. And verify it, check it, finally verify it, and finalize the core idea. You sign the agreement between you two, like, yeah, we are going ahead with this project. I'm gonna fund you and all that crap which happens in business world, software business world. So yeah, because it is abstract stuff, like it is not a exchange that you give the product and take the receipt and all that stuff. It is all about mental games. So let's rely on the hard copy of papers, receipts. So receipts on both sides, signed papers, whatever. So yeah, tools and methods to collect the data. You won't collect the data out of thin air, right? No one is gonna give you, like, throw data on you, right? In your mind, no one is gonna download it in you. You have to go and collect using some techniques or methods, right? Which techniques? Also, you have to use that techniques to explain your stakeholders, like who are investing on you. Like they are investing on your idea, they are throwing money obviously because they trust your idea. So you have to maintain that trust. You have to keep the communication. Or what if they think that you are fooling them and they pull out the funding, right? It is not a permanent funding, and you need money always to build a project, 100%. So keep the trust, I guess. And yeah, they are gonna, like, the money they give, they are gonna expect 10x from you because they give money in a dire situation and in your dire situation. And money givers are weird, who knows? So yeah, uh, observation, like not everyone but some, um, yeah. So observation reports, which gives user behavior and feedback data, like play store ratings, stars and all that. Please write something like what my app issue is. If you like the app, please rate it on Play Store and all that stuff. And maybe sometimes they ask your user data and all that stuff, while using apps, so that they know, like, how the app is gonna be, what problems are there, what we should change in requirements idea, so that it solves the problem. To understand the market, what the demand is, what the market gap is, what they need, so that we can solve that need with our software. Like, we are not making useless software, right? So that's why questionnaires, interviews are question and answers, back and forth, like questions and answer, nothing is fixed, anything can change. back and forth is going on, if the flow is not decided. In surveys, question is fixed. You have to type your answer. Different people, different answer, different brains. Answers can change, question is fixed. This is the flow of questions they decide and they throw out, and people just fill the answers anyway in paragraph form. Polls. Question is fixed, answer is fixed. Question is fixed, answer is a few options which is already fixed. You like it, you don't like it. Two options are there. You can't throw your ideas into it. So those are fixed and it is thrown into the public, and some like from that fixed options people select one. Like they can't share their opinion, but they would just say, yeah, I like it, I don't like it, all that stuff. So there is no wide range of freedom to express in polls. So that's what this Q&A and all that means. Okay. Use case is thinking about why your software exists, what problem it solves, what is the use of it, why, like in which place it is useful. So logically brainstorming purpose of software, existence crisis. Bring existential crisis to your software and let it solve it. So yeah, user stories. What stories the users create? Maybe their software intent, what they wanted from the software, or public reviews, Reddit reviews and all that. Like, yeah, this is trash and all that. Their discussions like, yeah, this software was good, this part was good. You have to implement the good ones, remove the bad ones, solve the bad ones, we can say. Requirement workshop. Experts, other places, strategists. You can exchange your strategies. Employees can present their working designs in PPT presentation. Like you can share ideas. You can bring in experts to train you and all that stuff to have a better understanding of the arena of that software. What is in the market? What trend is going on? What is the technology going on? Or whatever that stuff is. What better you can make, and what is that arena and all that. What things come up in it. Mind mapping, and also you can learn how to do it somehow. Mind mapping, visualizing data flow, like use diagrams to visualize, like you would be able to see how the flow is, like workflow, data flow of the app is, like how it works, like from where to where it goes, where it stores, how it processes it. And diagrams are easy to understand because there is no things to write, there is only patterns, which is easy to understand by brain, and lesser things to understand. Less things show you more stuff. Only arrows and drawings, small arrows should give meanings, big meanings they give out. Role playing, anime people, you know what is LARPing? Just having the vibe of the thing without even having it. You are not One Punch Man, but you role play as One Punch Man to take the feel of One Punch Man. Let's say Naruto. You are just keeping your hands behind, wearing the cosplay of it, and you are just running in the fields or whatever, on roads or something. How are you running on the roads with a serious face and hands behind your back? But yeah, whatever. Kudos to you. So yeah, that's role playing. So that is just skit or imagining yourself inside that software model, experimenting with it in your imagination. You haven't even made it, but you have the rough idea how it works, right? So without any code, you have to make it in mind, and you have to use it to predict or speculate or assume variables to find future flaws, gaps, or errors, bugs, or limitations. That's role playing, right? Like anime people, they like to role play the anime characters with like they won't get the anime power, that is impossible, but they would have the feel. Yeah, I have that power in my mind and all that stuff. To have the fun for a moment. Why to ruin the fun for a moment stuff? Life is already painful. Prototyping, rough, incomplete dummy project. It's not the complete project, but it is the rough project to get the rough idea of it, overall idea of it, how it looks. Like it won't work exactly fine like the project, but the except specifications, generally it would work to show how it looks, the project, right? And that's how prototyping is, and that's how we completed our requirement engineering. And here we go. So we have completed this stuff. So thanks for watching. I should see you next time. Bye. Bye. Yeah. Bye.